All right. Shalom. I'm gonna check the stream real quick. See if it's working.
Shalom, I'm gonna
Okay,
check this.
it works. All right. Shalom. I'm the brother Tasiyat, coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Mokakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across the world who are spreading this knowledge in truth and in sincerity. May the election be upon your household. Khan Shalom. Okay, so you heard me say the name Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, which the name Yahweh is the real name of God, who everybody calls God or Yahweh or Jehovah. His name is Yahweh. Okay, Yah means he, Hawa means to exist. Bahasham simply means in the name of, and Yahushai is the real name of who everybody calls Jesus. Okay, not Jehoshua or Yahshua, is Yahushai. Yah means he, Hawashai means to deliver, because he is a deliverer of his people, of the Israelites. Okay, or the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans known today. So with that being said, today I want to make a video about, the place called hell, where you're supposedly gonna burn forever, because this is a lie that is being pushed for so long. It's a fable, it's a fake story, basically. Pushed by the churches. Okay, so what they often do is make it seem in movies with Hades, and with he has a pitchfork as Satan, that he's dwelling in a place with fire called hell, and when you die and you live a wicked life, you go to that place and you burn forever. Whereas that is total nonsense. So I want to go into the scriptures to show you this. That is nonsense. Okay, so there are a couple of scriptures to show you this. Let's start in the book of Jonah. Okay, Jonah chapter 2 verse 1. Because Jonah, he was basically put inside the mouth of a whale by the Most High. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his power. Okay, the word God means power. Out of the fish's belly he was swallowed up by a big fish, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. Now you see the word hell. How would he call the belly of a fish hell, if hell is a place where you burn forever? Okay, that's already showing you one thing, because hell is wait. I had to share my screen also. Okay, let me see, because otherwise you cannot see it. Yeah, now you can see it, if I'm correct. Yeah, so sorry. Jonah 2 verse 1. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord. So he was praying, to get out of there. And he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I. Like I said, why would he call the belly of a fish hell, if hell is a so-called place where you burn forever? Okay, because hell is not a place where you burn forever. It's a condition that you go through. You go through hell, as the saying goes, right? And thou heardest my voice. Now from there, let's also go to the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 2. Though they dig into hell. So you mean to tell me that when somebody's gonna dig, he's gonna dig all the way into hell, and he just made it into hell now, and then he goes back up, for example? No, man. Okay, then shall mine hand take them, though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Okay, so in a moment I'm gonna show you that in the Hebrew, the word hell and grave and pit all come from the same word, which is sha'al. Okay, so here Genesis 37, which, if I'm correct, this is the first verse in the scriptures in the chronological way, where we find the word grave or sha'al in the Hebrew. Okay, because it's important for us to go back to the Hebrew words, the Hebrew meaning of words, instead of the English, for example, to have the true understanding of the scriptures. Okay, because the Bible was translated, of course, into the English. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him. This is speaking about Jacob. His son Joseph, was one of his favorite sons. But the other brothers of Joseph, which are the other tribes of the nation of Israel, they was telling their father a story that Joseph was basically killed. So Jacob was very, grievous for this. He was very sorrowful. He was very sad for this. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him. But he refused to be comforted. Jacob was like, I cannot be comforted right now. And he said, "For I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning." Thus his father wept for him. Okay, you see the word grave again. Okay. Now, let me see. Also, Psalms 30:3. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Okay, again the word grave and pit. So, going back to Jonah chapter 2, verse 2, when we was reading the word hell, okay, let's go into that. Let's go into that word. Now, when you click on tools, you see here on the left side, you see the English words, and in the middle, you see the Strongs. Now, when we scroll to the word hell, it says strong, it says H7585. When we go to the book of Amos, where you also saw the word hell here, okay, this is what they all gonna have in common, okay, again, hell, H7585. Same goes for Genesis, okay, same goes for Genesis. All right, let me see. It says here, grave, H7585. But wait a minute. First it was hell, now it is grave. Why? Because hell, here H785, what it actually means is the grave, and it can also mean a condition where you go through hell. So when we click on the H7585, in the Hebrew it says here Sha'al, okay, or Shawal if I'm correct. When we read the outline of biblical usage here, it says Sha'al, underworld, grave, hell, pit. Okay, that is simply what it is, man. Not no literal underworld where you burn forever. Okay, because through the Spirit, we understand what is the truth and what is not the truth. So sometimes the blue letter Bible gives you also explanations which is going off. Okay, but through the Spirit, you know, Lord willing, what is true and what is not true. Now, the story of Jonah, okay, which is funny. I just saw a video a few years ago, and also I looked up the video recently, that a man basically was being swallowed up by a whale, and he survived it. So it's actually possible, of course, with the Most High, but it's actually possible, if you did not believe it, that a man can be swallowed up by a whale. Okay, for those that don't really believe that the story of Jonah is true. So let me show that real quick while this thing is charging up. Let's also go to Amos chapter 9, which we just read, which says, though they dig into hell. Let's also look there, the word hell again. It says here H7585 again, which is Sha'al in the Hebrew. Okay, you see it again, Sha'al, which means Sha'al, underworld, grave, hell, pit. All right. That is simply what it means, man. Plus, it's in Jonah's case, he was not in a grave, okay? He was in the fish's belly, but he was going through hell. It's a condition. That is also what it means. It says here in the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, Orcus, Hades, a subterranean place full of thick darkness, in which the shades of the dead are gathered together. Now, Orcus and Hades, I believe, are also some pagan gods or whatnot that were supposed to be dwelling in hell, if I'm correct, which is also nonsense. Okay. Yes, Orcus was a god of the underworld, punisher of the broken oaths in Etruscan and Roman mythology. You see, it's Roman mythology. It has nothing to do with the scriptures. As with Hades, the name of the god who is also used for, let's look it up here. This is just a Roman mythology, and they mix it also with Greek mythology. Okay, it says here, as with Hades, the name of the god who was also used for the underworld itself. Eventually, he was conflated with Dis, Pater, and Pluto. A temple to Orcus may once have existed on the Palatine Hill in Rome. It is likely that he was transliterated from the Greek demon Orcos, the personification of oaths and of a son of Ares. Anyway, it's just a bunch of bullshit that these Romans, that people nowadays mix the Bible with Roman mythology and thereby make a whole story about hell. Okay, so let me see. Look for that video. Yes, it's here. Where the title Man Swallowed by Whale lives to tell the tale.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry, they were freezing, you could almost hardly hear.
Home against the odds. After surviving an ordeal straight out of the storybooks, fisherman Michael Packard was diving for lobster 45 feet down in Cape Cod when his day took an unexpected turn.
I was just about at the bottom and I just felt this truck hit me and everything just went dark and I could just feel just hard stuff all around me, and I just thought, did I just get eaten by a white shark? And then I said, no, I don't feel any teeth. And I said, oh my God, I'm in the mouth of a whale.
In fact, it was a humpback whale, and for 40 seconds, Michael was stuck in its mouth.
He's swimming, and I could just be in his mouth, and he's swimming, and I'm like, this is how you're gonna go, Michael. This is how you're gonna die.
Losing hope, he thought about his boys and the rest of his family.
All of a sudden,
showing you it's possible for a person to be swallowed up by a whale and survive. So that is what happened to Jonah also. And he was in the belly of the fish even longer, man. When you go to Jonah chapter 1, he was there for 3 days and 3 nights. Okay? And the Most High preserved him, basically. It says here, Jonah 1, verse 17. Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. And Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. And that guy was only 40 seconds. Hey, that is crazy in itself, actually, man. But anyway, okay, I just showed you that the word hell goes into grave, goes into pith, okay? Because when you die, your body goes into the grave, right? Goes back to the earth. And your spirit basically goes back to the spiritual realm where the spirits dwell. There's only one place where you go when you die. You're not going to go to hell. We all go to the same spiritual place, man. Okay, let me read that in Ecclesiasticus here, 3:20. Ecclesiasticus 3:20. Ja, al vader geworden. 3:20. Ecclesiastes 3:20. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Okay. Let me start at verse 19. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. So this means one thing we have in common with animals, that is death. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, you see, so dieth the other. Like humans die, animals die also. Yea, they have all one breath, so that the man had no preeminence above a beast for all his vanity. So this means no preeminence above a beast in the sense of we both die. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Our body goes back to the ground. But who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? Our spirit goes up to the Most High who gave it. And the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. The animals, basically when they die, they get almost immediately reincarnated. Why? Because first of all, they don't need judgment. Okay, they just have been made with instincts. If a lion hunts a zebra, and he kills the zebra to get food, he doesn't have a law, statutes, and commandments to be judged with. Okay, so his spirit, when the lion dies, he's not going to be judged for killing the zebra. He just comes back again on this planet Earth through reincarnation. Okay, the people, however, also come back through reincarnation, but generations later, and we do have to be judged. Okay, now when people go back to this planet Earth, that is where you also can see, like, hey, for example, if somebody has been born with one leg or blind, it might have been because he has been sinning in his previous life. Okay, which it might sound crazy, but the Most High can, the sins that you committed in your past life, he can make it seem to the public that you are not punished for that. But when 4 generations later, maybe 80 to 100 years later, when you be born again, in the same bloodline of your family, let's say you was a man, and 100 later you be born again as a baby, but you are a man. Okay, you're not come back as a woman or a fly or a zebra or whatever, like these Buddhists believe. That's not true. Okay, but reincarnation is biblical. Okay, now when you go back, that is when you're gonna see, for example, when somebody's born blind or deaf, like, oh, so that is his judgment, basically. That might have been his judgment, So let me see. 2nd Esdras. Hey man, what the fuck is it? Sorry, 2nd Esdras 14 and 35. It says here, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. You're gonna be living again. Yeah, receive a judgment. When you die, you go to the spiritual realm. Rest in peace. Your spirit is at ease. Even everybody that has been wicked, doesn't matter. We all go to the same place. Might sound unfair to you, but it's not unfair. It's of the Most High. When somebody that has been living wicked gets his punishment, that is when his body, when his spirit is going back to the earth into another fleshly body, so to speak, when you live again. Okay, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So the work that the ungodly did, you're gonna see it when he's being born again. Like, for example, when he's being born with one arm, one leg, or paralyzed all the way to the neck, and that itself, somebody being more paralyzed, for example, that itself is hell. Okay, that is a condition you go through. That already is hell. Okay, you're not gonna after that die and burn for eternity in another place called hell. That's nonsense, man. Come on. Psalms 30:3. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive that I should not go down to the pit. So here again, the word grave and pit. Grave again, H7585, Sha'al. Okay. So let me see if I had anything else, otherwise I'm gonna close it out. Yeah, one more thing. The lake of fire, what Christians say that, is so-called hellfire or something, the fire of hell. I don't know what they be saying with that doctrine, but it's fake news, man. What it's speaking about is the nuclear fire. Okay, when World War III happens, when the bombs drop, that nuclear fire, if I'm correct, in the land America, okay, that is called the lake of fire. So Revelation chapter 20 verse 14, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. You see, the lake of fire, the second death is the World War III nuclear fire. All right, so basically, I believe that was it, man. All the points that I want to touch, I've spoken about. Don't believe these Christians when they say you're going to go to hell, you're going to burn forever there or whatnot. It's nonsense, man. Okay, we all go to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai when we die. Alright, so with that, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Makakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone. And peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across the world who has spent his knowledge in truth and sincerity. And may the election be upon your households. God Shalom.